All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Man, this was a good one tonight. This is a fun one tonight. A really, really good pitcher's duel. I had a feeling going into it. That's what this was going to be, and so I knew hits were going to come at a premium. And they did. And you look at the first inning, we start off with a single, two stolen bases to get around the third. We end up not being able to um, push across because we have two looking strikeouts after that, and then a swinging strikeout, which was on a good pitch. We come back. That first inning, they threw 22 pitches. We come back the bottom of the first inning, we throw 21. The second inning, they throw 21 pitches. We throw 14. Third inning, they throw 12 pitches. We threw 16. After that, they made a pitching change. In the fourth inning, both teams threw 19 pitches. In the fifth inning, we threw 17 pitches to end the game. They threw 41 pitches. So when we play the way that we do, um, that happens a lot. We have talked about weathering the storm, and we've talked about the process, and especially now leading into the rest of the year, we're going to talk about the process a whole lot, because the process is about to get more and more important. Um, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this team again. Um, it was a really fun to watch. It was really, really good pitching duel. We had, as a team, we had two what I consider bad swings today, and that's that's pretty good for us. That's a pretty good hitting night. Now, because it was a pitcher's duel, we only walked five times. I mean, they only walked five batters, and I think three of those were in the fifth inning. Excuse me, we had four. They had struck out 14 people. We struck out 14 people. Just crazy the way that we're able to do that. But they ended up throwing 115 pitches to us. We end up throwing 87 pitches. Again, we end up with four hits. Those hits very, very timely. Three of them scored RBI, scored a run, so we got RBI with those. And I want to highlight something in that fifth inning. Our first batter gets up, the fouls off a pitch, and then grounds out to first and grounds out to first. And I know the feeling of being initially upset that they didn't get on base, whether it's because they want to be on base or whether it's because that would help the team. But I told them, I said, go in the dugout and tell everybody what you did and tell everybody what you saw. And I made a point to tell everybody in the dugout, hey, when he comes in, you need to be asking what he saw because he's showing you something. From that point on, we sent up seven more batters in the fourth inning. We scored two more runs in the fourth inning. I mean, the fifth inning, sorry. Two more runs after that. We sent up a total of eight batters in the fifth inning. Um, and after that, we had two hits that scored RBI. And then another another hit before, sorry, three hits that scored RBI off of that. Just really, really good. Really, really good performance. Really, really good trying to stay in the moment, stay in the game, win that next pitch. In the field, as I said, we threw 87 pitches. We had 14 strikeouts of our own. We gave up two hits, one walk. No earned runs tonight. We ended up winning 3-0, so we had a shutout on them. We had at the catcher position, we had one errant throw to first to put the runner on. But then we had a throw out to second, a throw and tag at second. We should have had a throw and tag at third. But we're getting there, and we're doing some things right that I can see people are getting ready and they are ready for the ball. They are talking to their teammates. I can't tell you how excited I am to hear people talking to their teammates in the field. It's really, really great to hear that. Um, and so, all in all, really, really good game. Really, really good team that we played. If we are lucky enough to play them again, that's going to be a really good game. Again, we have a lot of work to do in order to get to that point. And some of the work we have to do is talking about expectations and talking about what we need to do for the rest of the season to stay within ourselves, not listen to what everybody else is saying. But really, really good night. Really, really good night when you can win one that was going this way. So really excited about tonight. Excited to see what we're gonna do moving forward. We got time for a question if anybody has one. Yeah. Yeah. So expectations for the rest of the season. It's that time of year. This was the seventh regular season game, so we have five more. What are the expectations for the rest of the season? Well, I think, first of all, it's hard to deny other people are looking at, they are setting our expectations for us to a certain extent. That's what they're doing, whether we like it or not. People are looking at the schedule, people are looking at the results, people are looking at our pitching. Um, but what we have to do is we have to focus on the process. The expectation on this team has always been focusing on the process and getting better throughout the season, getting better at the process, getting better at helping your teammates. That's always been the expectation. It's not going to change. The expectation isn't that you win a certain number of games or you win every game that you play. If you focus on the process, you're going to win more games. You're going to put, I should say, you're going to put yourself in a position to win more games than not if you are doing a good job with that process and you're focusing on that process. And so that's what we will continue to do. We're really going to start teaching hard, staying in account, staying in an at bat, win the next pitch. If we are pitching, make your pitches. When we start talking about different strategies, what strategy to use, what do we need to do to make our pitches? If we're talking about in the field, what do we need to do when we're out in the field to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the best situation to help our teammates, to help people on that field. And so I was really, really happy to see what we've been working on. Really excited to see what we will continue to learn. And now is the time that we really start talking more about that process to the kids. So it was good for them to see a game like tonight, so that we're prepared if inevitably another game like this occurs. And then, look, we have some things that we can work on, some things that we can learn, and really fun moving forward. I can't wait to see what we're able to do as far as learning and growing. So, thanks a lot, everybody.